until after his resurrection. In other words, they were reflecting on what they had seen and experienced. Zechariah, the 9th chapter and the 9th verse. Remember greatly, O daughter of Zion, shout, O daughter of Jerusalem, behold, thy king cometh unto thee. He is just and having salvation, lowly, and riding upon an ass, on the colt, the foal of an ass. Now, the Bible is so intricate that it gives us a description of how that the Lord's Passover didn't have a bone broken in his body. It gives us such a vivid description as to how that Jesus is going to come into the city of Jerusalem. He's coming into Jerusalem offering himself as king over Israel. Jesus Christ was born of the tribe of Judah, of the Lion of Judah, to fulfill the promises that God had made unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Some of these things are absolutely indisputable. Hard evidence has proven the life of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and the migration of the children of Israel and the 426 years of bondage in Egypt under Pharaoh. And when God told Moses that he was to bring the children of Israel out of bondage and lead them into the promised land, he told them precisely how that they were to do it. They were to take a lamb and they were to slay that lamb and they were to put the blood on the lintel of the doorpost. And God promised to Abraham to Moses was that when I see the blood, I will pass over you. Now the Jews are going through their feast, official Passover. They're going through their traditions that they celebrating worldwide, millions. While we celebrate an understanding of the fulfillment of the Scriptures. Because the Bible said that he came unto his own, and his own received him not. Now, they were offered a king. And instead of accepting the king that could bring them into world prominence and deliverance, they said, away with him. We'll not have him. Crucify him. We're talking about a celebration that's going worldwide today, over 2,000 years or about 2,000 years later. They're still talking about the entrance of how that Jesus came into Jerusalem. They're still talking about worldwide how that this one that was born of a virgin that was raised up in the temple to practice all of the laws of the Hebrews, to be in consistent compliance with the Torah, a circumcised Jew. Thank God I follow a Jew. I follow a Jew that was given unto his own, and his own received him not. He came to fulfill that which had been promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Not a bone in his body was broken. They remembered not until after he was resurrected. John 20, 24, and 25. Many today find himself in the same place as Thomas. Whenever the other disciples said that Jesus is not dead, he's alive, and Thomas said, except I see and touch, I will not believe. Except I see and touch, I will not believe. We're probably one of the most skeptical generations that's ever been on the face of the earth. You don't think we're skeptical now, you wait a few more months, a few more years and find out how skeptical our children are about it. Glory to God. He came unto his own, and his own received him not, but to as many as would. Now Thomas said, except I am able to see him and handle him. We're materialistic people. I saw last night how that people had been in line to get an iPad. Not an iPod, that's something in the past. I don't even have time to run up them on yet, and they're already out of style, out of date. That's the iPad. One said that he had been in line 6 days to get an iPad. What an amazing thing. I'm trying to get you to understand that what we are so carried away with trying to find a little machine to hold in our pocket or hold in our hand, we fail to realize what's taking place. Not a bone in his body shall be broken whenever he is offered up the sacrifice. They came to the crosses. The 2 thieves were still alive. Jesus had declared, it is finished according to the scripture, but except I am able to touch and to see. Prove it to me, preacher. Man told me that I'm not going to go to church for Easter. Said, y'all all preach the same old sermon Easter after Easter. I said, you never heard me. I don't have intelligence enough to remember from Easter to Easter what I preached. Well, you just talk about Jesus coming up out of the grave. I said, well, what else you going to talk about? The greatest event that ever took place. Acts 1 and 3. This is an amazing thing that Luke was a medical doctor. Now, my wife and I, and I'm bragging again, but we've traveled over Europe many times. And we've been into Germany and Switzerland and Venice and some of the places of the world that nearly everything our colleges and universities are teaching today came from way back under 1,000 or so years ago or over. You know, mathematics and science and all that. Luke, a medical doctor, he is writing to his friend Theophilus. And then what he said, the former treatise have I made, O Theophilus. The former treatise have I made, O Theophilus. Now, that's a formal, systematic article or book on some subject of discussion of evidence and facts. He said, I'm going to write to you a factual thing that has happened, that has taken place. I'm going to compile it all into a book so that you can have it and so that you can read it. Now, we are a generation that doesn't believe much of anything. And that's the reason why that we are being led around in the wilderness in the darkness. It's amazing our president can make a statement. I'm a liberal Democrat, so I'll go ahead and throw your tomatoes at me. But isn't it amazing how our president can say, when we pass this 2,100 page of legislation, you'll know what's in it and I will know what's in it. Well, I prefer you know what's in it before you make it law. Well, how can I believe, preacher, except I touch and except I see? You know, I want to see miracles. That's what all these religions are promising these poor people that are still looking for fish and bread and miracles. Miracles all around us, and we don't have sense enough to even understand it. Because we're looking for God to do some great, big, fantastic thing. And he already has, and we don't know that there wasn't a bone broken in his body.